You are live and electrified on the ISO radio. This is a new segment we're doing. It's called True Stories, Maestro's Mishaps, Smooth Jazz Edition. And so in this segment, I'm going to talk to you all about real, true stories in my life that have happened. Now, I know you might say to yourself, Maestro, you seem like a cool, chill guy with his head on straight. That's because it took a while for it to get screwed on and put in the right direction. I might be there now, but at the time, it wasn't always true. And though I genuinely try to do and make smart decisions, sometimes they just don't always happen that way. So, in this segment, this first story, I'm going to tell you how these jeans, no matter how butt they may look now, they were popping like 12 months ago. I'm going to tell you a story about how these very jeans almost got me stranded and left in Puerto Rico. Now, all right, so about 11 to 12 months ago, I was being able to travel the world very frequently due to a position that I had. And in this very position, it traveled to various countries several times throughout the week. And this particular week, I'll never forget, the itinerary was going to Haiti, it was going to Puerto Rico, and then it was going to, I believe it was Mexico. Yeah. So, the story begins with, on this particular day, the sun was shining. Now I'm playing. On this particular day, I worked early. And so when you worked early in this position I was in, you had the afternoon off. So it was about 1:30? Yeah, 1:30 or so. So I finished the day, so I had the afternoon off. And so I'm like, man, this is my first time in Puerto Rico. I'm like geeked, you know? Like I'm more geeked than, you know, Alvin and the Chipmunks. I'm more geeked than them at their first concert.
Oh boy!
That's how geeked I am. I'm there. So I'm like, I gotta get off. I got to. There's no way I can stay where I'm at. I gotta get off. So I put on the buttest outfit I can find. I believe it looks something like this. I put the buttest outfit on I could find, and I hurry up, grab my stuff, and I charge out to go out to just see what Puerto Rico looks like from these four eyes with astigmatism. All right, so before I leave, there's a security person that says, "Hey, sir." I say, "Yes, sir." He says, "Listen, you have 30 minutes to get back to the ship." Now, again, people, I'm new to this position. Anybody who works on ships knows that there's an all-on-board time. That all-on-board time is usually listed on like I don't really want to say, it's not really a projector, but it's like a large size smartphone that's not smart, like a big display, screen display. And it usually says what time all-on-board is. Now again, I'm new, I don't really pay attention to that time. I just take his word, 30 minutes. I can adjust my schedule, what I want to do to be able to fit in 30 minutes to be able to get back. So, I said, all right, cool. I'll be back in 30 minutes, bro. Don't even trip. So, I go out. Now, anybody who knows me knows I am a Ralph Lauren fan. Ralph Lauren is my mother's sister's brother's cousin's friend's third's husband, twice removed from the second family on his first cousin's brother's uncle's side, who had chicken pox. That's how close we are. So I'm like, okay, I heard there was a Ralph Lauren store there. Now, the Ralph Lauren store is about approximately 5 minutes from where I was with the ship. So, I'm like, okay, cool. It's not far. I could get there and back. 30 minutes. So I go out, I walk. Now, I pass some stores. I pass the CVS, I pass the Senior Frogs, I passed an alley with people doing questionable things. I'm not going to say they were illegal, and it looked very much so that they might have been confused for illegal things. I passed a pigeon, trash can, and then I had hit the store. So in this store, I see people. People that look very much so rich, people that look like they were from Puerto Rico, people that look like they didn't think I should be there, people were eating food. I saw a whole bunch of people. But the more important part is people saw me. And again, I had this outfit on, so I know why they were looking at me. That was a butt outfit. So anyway, I go in there, I'm looking around, like I don't see anything, But then, and anybody knows who's a frugal shopper will understand this next part. I come across the best section in the store, people. I come across the clearance section. Hey, woo! I come across the clearance section, and anybody knows me knows I'm a clearance sections champion. I will find a deal. So I go to the clearance section and I'm browsing. I'm vicious. I'm like this lion. I'm hunting for the steals and deals. So as I'm in that clearance section, I come across these. Now at the time, these were pretty cool. And so I'm like, man, I need to have them. But again, in my mind, people, I'm working on 30 minutes. By the time I get there, I'm like 25. So I said, all right, I gotta have them. I know I gotta be back. It's in my mind. So I grab those jeans, I grab another pair of jeans, and I grab a shirt. And I cannot find it. And so I grab those things. I don't even go to the dressing room. He said, you want a dressing room? I say, move! I got somewhere to be. So I go to the cash register. And while I'm at the cash register, I hear a sound, people. You probably heard this sound before. If you ever watched the movie Quasimodo, you know that as interesting as Quasimodo is, how he looks, that man was a security guard of bells ringing. Now,
follow me. I'll introduce you. That's little Sophia. And Jean Marie, Anne Marie, Louise Marie.
The bells ringing the bell that he was guarding, whatever. That bell sounded like something like this. Bing, bong, bing, bong. It sounded like, the school bell, the church bell that, that it makes it sound like at the top of the hour. I heard a similar sound like that, but it sounded like it was mixed with a horn. And it went something like this. Excuse this atrocity of a sound. So I heard that sound. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, that's the top of the hour sound. Yeah, it was not the top of the hour sound. That sound meant, yeah, we're about to take off, bro. And as much as we would love to have you here, if you're not here, well, let's just say maybe we'll see you another time. All right? So in my mind, again, I start to thinking. I'm a thinker. I say to myself, oh, they wouldn't leave you. This is an outstanding company and corporation. They wouldn't leave you. They hired you to be there. And so I say that to myself, but then the rational side of myself starts to talk and say, yeah, bro, so that's very much so true what you said, but this is $1 million corporation that has thousands of people on it. Thousands of people that are paying quite a bit of money. And you, my friend, are new. You're not paying any money, and actually they're paying for you to be there. So I don't really think they'll wait too much longer for you, bro. I said, oh no, rational self. That's not true. They'll wait for you. No, we'll probably still be here talking to ourselves. We'll have nice clothes at the time, but you probably will need those clothes because that's all you have. So I was like, bro, do you think they'll put your stuff away? They'll put my stuff, give my stuff, at least give it to someone? And rational self says to me, well, they'll send it to the next place that they're going. I mean, shoot, they have enough money. They'll Amazon Prime it to you, probably in a droid at the time. There wasn't even drones at that time, but they'll make sure you get it next day shipping too, just to be nice. I say, you sound pretty much right, so we should probably leave. Rational self says to me, yeah, we should have probably been left. Actually, we probably shouldn't have got off. That's probably right. So then, I rush the woman that's taking my ringing me up. I grab the clothes.
Give me that.
I put them in the bag myself. Give me that. Rip the bag up. Darting up the store. Almost pushed down the kid. I was trying to say sorry. Don't think the kid spoke English. So I said, adios. And go past him. I'm charging. To get back to the entry point where you check to get in. So I'm on a mission, people. But I'm still polite. And in my politeness, I push this old woman. I do say excuse me though. Push her. Accidentally. And I get to the front. Hey, I said, listen, I gotta go because there was other ships there too. Like, listen, I gotta go. There was just this big horn sound. I'm guessing it wasn't time to eat, but I have to get on that ship. So they check me, let me go. I'm booking it. Now, I get to the point of the ship where someone says to me, is your name such and such? Now, anytime a random person asks, is your name such and such, they're either nosy, they're either trying to figure out some information about you, or you're very late. I was all three. So I say, yes, my name is such and such. So, yeah, they said, yeah, we've been looking for you. Well, I was informed by one of your colleagues that I could go for 30 minutes. Yeah, but did you know there was an all on board time? Y'all have those? I didn't know you had those. I wasn't told. I just was told I had 30 minutes. Yeah, no, you should have been here. All right. Well, I'm in the wrong. So oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. I'm new. You know, you can try to use that. I'm new. So I try to use that. Anyway, they check me in. So at this time, I'm like, whoo, let a load off. I'm back on. So in my mind, I'm safe. So I go to my cabin. Now, if you work on ships, you know, every room has a cabin phone. Now, people, I don't know if this makes sense to you. It didn't make sense to me. If you're looking for someone that is not in the place that they're supposed to be, I don't see why you would call the place that they're supposed to be several times. And what an example of that is what I was saying. Right now, if you're sitting at home, someone calls your house phone, if you have a house phone, and but they know you're not at the house, I feel like that's kind of redundant, you know? So if you're looking for me and I'm not in my room, I don't know why you would continue to call my room. But anyway, that's neither here nor there nor there. So anyway, I get a call when I get back. I see several missed messages. I pick it up. Well, and when I got in, I saw a call. I pick it up. Hey, where have you been? It's my manager. Doing me is not a good answer at any time. So I says, I was out. Did you know what time you were supposed to be back? 30 minutes? 30 minutes? No, but did you know what time? Not exactly, you know. Just knew 30 minutes, you know. A lot of seconds. 30 minutes, half an hour. So I said, okay, well, come on up to the office. In my mind, people, I wasn't late. Like, I might not have been on time, but I wasn't late. Like, if this was school, I might have missed the bell for class, but I didn't miss the bell for the end of the school day. You know? So it's like a win in my eyes. So I go up to the office and yeah, my manager sits me down and says, listen, I know you're new. Yeah, but we have a time that we're supposed to be back on board. And yeah, you can't break that. So, okay. And she was like, well, yeah, just so it doesn't happen again, you're not going to get fired, but you're going to take some disciplinary action, excuse me. I said, wait a minute. Why? He said, listen, you can either take this disciplinary action, or you can go home. I said, well, I mean, can you give me a black pen? Jeez, I'll sign. Should I ask? I could have signed it in my room. Y'all have electronic document signer? I could have done that. And again, people, I say that because I was new. And this place is this ship was about to go all over the world. Why catch an attitude when I'm getting ready to see the world? It wasn't gonna happen for me, so I didn't do it. In my mind, I told her off. With my face, I was the happiest guy she's ever seen. So, that's the story about how these jeans, as butt as they may be now, almost got me stranded in Puerto Rico. So, this has been episode 1 of True Stories, Maestro's Mishaps, Smooth Jazz Edition. Again, every week we'll come with new true stories. This next story will deal with that same manager. Now, this will be in another capacity, though. It will be how this same manager almost fired me within 5 weeks of my employment. And I'm going to tell you what happened next week on True Stories, Maestro's Mishaps, Smooth Jazz Edition.